Philippines. Let's start with their team captain. He wears jersey number 13, John Benedict San Andres. At number 2, Ronnie Adviento. Wearing jersey number 7, Michael Christian Doria. At number 10, Uriel Mendoza. Number 14 is Milzo El Polvorosa. And at number 16, Kevin Montemayor. Libero, number 4, John Joshua Cruz. Head coach, Mr. Ralph Raymond Ocampo. Calling on our Signal HD Spikers. Team captain wears jersey number 8, Israel Wilson Marasigan. At number 2, John Paul Bugawan. Number 3, Owen Suarez. Number 4, Peter Denmar Torres. Number 10, Wendell Miguel. And at number 15, Mark Espejo. Libero, number 13, Manuel Sumangi. Head coach, Mr. Dexter Clamor. This is match number 9, preliminary round.
Welcome again to the Paco Arena for this matchup between Signal and VNS 1 Alicia. At the polling starters ng VNS 1 Alicia, of course, Ocadben San Andres, who we have referenced a while ago as someone to watch out for. But then with the talent level, looking at Ishpol Borosa as well as Doria, they are gunning for what could be rather an upset against a very strong Signal team. Noreen, look at that lineup. Such great names here.
Right. JP Bugawan, Suarez, Espejo, et al. With Peter Torres. You know, a lot of fans, so even me, I would say, Peter Torres actually started it all for NU during his era. And he had a lot of health issues, so you're happy for him and for Signal that he's back in action.
Of course, let's see what he can do here. He actually didn't start out the very first match, and that's how deep this Signal team is that you can rotate the lineup, have different starters in each matchup, and it would still be a very strong one. So let's see what they can do against a VNS team. Again, still undefeated, and hoping for what could be an upset against Signal. Signal to get us going here. Again, thank you very much for joining, and San Andres trying to get in the action early. They go back to San Andres, and he hits that well over.
He was asking for a check, but no, I think he tried to hit it over, but he did clip any hand. Let's check it out.
May konting gigil yung palo, and based on that angle, boy, he may have had a case.
And chances are, if you have blockers in Peter Torres, the chances are they'll get a little finger on it.
Well, either way now, VNS pull one back. Getting us all even here to start out. And itong si San Andres has been a live wire of energy dito sa Spikers turf natin.
You know, I was so surprised when I heard that he's just 5'7". I mean, in the women's, that's already considered small.
Yeah.
But, you know, acceptable. But in the men's, but he's the one scoring the points for VNS.
Signal varying their attack, and Marasigan gives the lead back to Signal.
Yeah, that's obviously the strength of the Signal squad. Everyone is a threat offensively. And let's mention also defensively, they're a good blocking team. But if you have Owen Suarez or Jewel Asia, they have so many options.
Remember, this Signal team has yet to lose a set here in the conference so far. VNS eager to give them their first ever loss of a set. But then you mentioned the blocking, Noreen, and the blocking does its job.
That's a one-on-one for you, and Peter Torres just scores off the block. I mean, that match against Army, check this out, but that match against Army, they had 10 blocks, and that's one already for you.
Miguel on the service line here, 3 serving 1. Signal trying to get off to a good start here against VNS. Polvorosa setting that up.
Oh, good save.
Great defense there coming from Signal. And on that occasion, trying to get that off the blockers, but then the angle wasn't just right.
Yeah, that's really the effect of good blocking for you. When you stuff block someone from your opponent, they will think twice. Like when they see Marasigan and Torres there, they're going to say, I'm going to try for an angle. Then they hit it wide.
Miguel still on the service line, 4 serving 1. A little run here for Signal, and VNS trying to get into that. And it looks like a net touch here.
I saw him there
And
with his hands like admitting.
yung alam mo nakamali ka.
Oo. And you know these players, they don't admit, right? They try not to, but this one is like, no choice.
Torres tried to get it on an angle, but unfortunately able to get that in.
I tried to hit it, you know, the be quick there, but actually his strength is really that running, that slide.
Parang signature move niya talaga.
Yeah.
You know? You watch him play, and that's something you're going to see over and over again. A service error there for VNS.
You can actually check him out on YouTube. He's still there, I think. And when you see it, when he was still with NU, you're just gonna, your mouth's just gonna be open the entire time. Like, wow.
For those wondering why Noreen suddenly paused, it's because she opened her mouth as wide as possible just to say, wow.
Wow. To be in awe.
And we talk about being in awe, and you have to be in awe of the blocking of Signal.
That was Bugawan. I mean, we know Peter Torres can block, but Bugawan in the first game, I think he was the best player of that match because he had like 4 or 5 blocks. I mean, come on.
Torres now on the service line. 6 serving 3. Polvorosa setting that up. Montemayor tried to get that through, but then the blocking, unable to keep it in.
Yeah, the blockers were there. Obviously, Espejo had a hand in that, but that's what you want to see from VNS. You know, you have to keep going. You're up against a good blocking team, but you have to challenge them. And then that play, Montemayor gets one through Mark Espejo.
And what a way to answer back, talking about the Signal HD. JP Bugawan, he enjoyed that one.
Well, he wants to have at least his hits half of his blocks, or even more. So that's a start.
Do they think of those percentages?
No.
Do they think of those stats?
Actually, they don't.
Okay.
They only check it out after the game.
Though I want to ask now. I'm really genuinely curious. And the blocking has been on point for Signal here early on. We go to our first technical timeout with Signal in the lead, 8-4.
as an import in Bahrain, and then he will go back to the Philippines to rest for a few days. Afterwards, he is entering a Korean volleyball camp alongside 49 other players. In this 3-day camp, only 8 players will be recruited, and Mark is hoping to be one of these stars joining the Korean League. With his commitments, he believes that his journey to a world caliber standard of playing will be able to help his local team grow into their greatest potential. Let's go back to hype volleyball action, this set 1.
Thank you, Alexis, and take a look at this hit there that someone good could not just get to in the end. Apologize almost immediately. At alam mo, Noreen, I'm not sure if that's breaking news, but that might actually be breaking news from our Alexis inside with regards to the future of a certain Mark Espejo. And it just goes to show you the level that he's trying to reach. Because magta-tryout pa rin siya.
Yeah.
He's going to be part of a pool that is going to try and get to a higher level in an international stage.
You just can't help but feel excited for him because his goals are Korea, Bahrain. You know, that's what we heard in that report. So just want to wish him all the best and hopefully he achieves his goal.
Tuloy, we talked about him too much at the service error tuloy.
That's true.
Kasalanan naman yun, Mark, sorry. But right now, 9-6 in favor of the Signal HD. VNS keeping an arm's length. She's trying to keep themselves in arm's reach, rather, of Signal.
Well, you know, for them, again, what's important is to acknowledge the strengths of Signal. Then you try to counter that. You know they're a good blocking team. What do you do? First, of course, coverage. Okay. Number two, pass better, get your combination plays going, and try to, you know, win with speed or score with speed.
JP Bugaw on service line right now. 10 serving 6. And that'll do. VNS will take that.
Too much heat there, that serve.
And of course, this VNS team, with the guys like Ishpol Varosa, they have experience. They have the pedigree to be able to challenge teams like Signal.
Yeah, but I heard, you know, they had very little time to prepare for this tournament.
Yeah.
No, so for them, you know, every game is already that learning process, that gaining of experience for you.
Kumbaga, tune-up rin siya. As Polvorosa could not reach that. Bit of a hard fall there, but he bounces off quickly.
Yeah, that's all hard for you. I mean, he was out of position. He tried to pivot, couldn't get to the right, his right footing there, but he tried.
11 serving 7 now. On Suarez with that one. Polvorosa setting that up. Off the block, and VNS, more smiles on their faces.
Yeah, Montemayor playing well today for VNS, and that's what you want to see. Again, we have to say, you're up against a strong team. You just got to keep challenging.
And you have to take advantage of every piece of momentum you can get, because it's always going to be tough. Let's not sugarcoat this. This is a matchup between a little David and Goliath situation.
That's true. And you like the fact that it's just a 3-point game.
Yeah. What a serve there from San Andres. Espejo sets that up on the other side. Who do they go to? Montemayor! Good defense. They go to Miguel this time. Off speed. Polvorosa with the save. San Andres from the back.
Great rally we're having.
Miguel will set that up again. They go back to Marasigan. Marasigan! Polvorosa with the save. San Andres on the attack. Marasigan again!
Oh, come on. What a rally there. High caliber volleyball for you.
Great defense on both ends, and it all fell down to Marasigan to lay down the hammer right on the edge. And even San Andres was saying, you know what, that might have been out.
But the referee's call stays.
Yep. And that's just really how it all ended up. If you look at the fine margins, that's it. That's a fine margin.
But what, you know, that final set, what a great set. After all the helter-skelter volleyball, one blocker, it was a one-on-one, and Marasigan gets the point.
Polvorosa setting that up. Oh, and it's a bit too high, so there are hanging lights here. If you do hit that, that will be considered an out.
Yeah, out of bounds, violation there. Yeah, actually, I just noticed it myself. I was looking, oh, it hit the light.
Because when you walk in here, Zapaco, you don't actually notice it until the ball goes that high. Miguel with the serve. And they're better off the block. And the point will go to Signal, though. Net touch, says the referee.
Net touch. Montemayor, I think, went into the net. They're contesting it, though.
Well, either way, VNS called for time. Let's listen in. 14-8 in favor of Signal HD.
Makinig, wag natin kakalimutan na ang pipe is part ng play. Hindi siya pang emergency. Part siya ng play. Tinatawag ka ni Mark, bigay mo sa akin. Nakakalimutan natin yung pinipilit doon. Ayan lang, iwanan mo lang.
Pero okay lang yan. Ano pa rin? Decision mo pa rin yun.
Pero, para remind lang kita na part siya ng play. Okay? Next. Say, timing nyo lang, ha? Tara! Go, go! VNS! Win!
Well, Noreen, what do you make of that huddle from Signal?
I was actually surprised that it was Signal that we were listening to. I thought we were going to listen to VNS, but nonetheless, really, let's take a look first about this. Who touched the net first?
And
good call, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that was. It's also tough to watch though on the replay. But yeah, it looks like the referee may have gotten that right. So 14-8 right now in favor of Signal. And a while ago we heard about the adjustments that Signal was trying to make. And let's see whether or not that will affect the next run of play. Just a couple of points away from the second technical timeout for Signal.
Actually, I like that huddle because, you know, coach was reminding him, you have the back row as an option. If Mark Espeo asks for it, you can always set it to Mark. But then what I like is what Mark told Owen Suarez. It's your decision. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know, we trust your decision as a setter.
Well, so, Montemayor just scored off Mark Espeo. We'll take a look at that again. So there it is, just skying high and getting the angles just right. Espejo immediately turning around to apologize to his teammates. Torres with his signature running attack, and there's a net touch there going the other way. And for VNS, that is vindication.
Yeah. And I was looking at Suarez. He said, like, my head touched the net. But you like for VNS, Montemayor is the one really scoring and, you know, getting his team together.
Espejo.
Ooh.
So much power there, but great defense played by VNS. Really sacrificed. Who did they turn to again? From the back, Miguel. Ball is out, though, for Miguel.
But I saw the signal. 2 thumbs up for coach. Like, that's a great set. It just... Miguel hit it wide, but that was a great play. And I think for Signal, they want to practice even the back row, you know, as an option for offense.
And Marasigan hit that with so much anger. Well, he's not an angry person, pero yung tama niya angry.
Yeah. Lahat naman sila in Signal. Actually, even in VNS. So I love watching the men's volleyball, really.
Torres serving right now, 15 serving 11. Torres, timing not really there on that serve.
Yeah, his toss was too far from him.
Well, this goes to show you that it does happen even at professional level.
And you know, if you remember, he just developed his jump serve later on. I mean, all throughout when he was also playing Signal, it was just a regular serve.
A couple changes here for both teams. Merat coming in for VNS. And Marasigan got up there and hammered that down.
And I saw it was Mark. Mark was the one apologizing.
Let's take a look at that again. Or rather, take a look at that fake and that hit. And Imperial couldn't get to it. Second tactical timeout. We'll be right back.
The campo is starting to realize the positive outputs of the VNS program with their 2 wins this start of the season. And Coach Ralph shared to me that he is lucky to have young guns who are eager to learn from the teams they are playing against. He talks about the advantages they have playing without pressure compared to the commercial teams, given that these players came from the PNVF Under-21 program, who are youngsters who are still playing in college and are playing for experience. For today, Coach Ralph adjusted the team without Kim Malabunga in their training yesterday and are hoping now for a good result as adjustments were rightfully made. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Alexis. And right now, Signal up 17-12 after that sequence. And a couple of changes here. And of course, having to adjust with, big pieces, potentially big pieces for VNS is always going to be difficult, especially when you're going up against a team that would feel that the championship is theirs to lose.
Yeah, it's obviously a constant adjustment on anyone's part or on any team's part if you're playing against the defending champions. But early on, I saw Kim Balabunga actually warming up. I thought he was able to play because I think he suffered an ankle sprain, but obviously not. So that's one more adjustment that VNS has to contend with.
Espejo with the drop shot there to push the lead 18-13. And boy, Mark Espejo just has so much variety in the way that he scores.
Well, if you follow his career, as he matured throughout his career, he had that drops also in his arsenal.
Real with the set, Merat gets that off Mark Espejo. Jeremy Merat of VNS, substitute coming in, able to score in short order.
Always, when he comes in from the bench, he always provides some precious, playing time, precious points.
And what a way for Signal to answer back as Camposano, another substitute, this time on the Signal end, scores.
Well, let's go back. Let's go to the other side of the court when we talk about scoring off the bench. Camposano answers back with his own version of that.
Of course, no surprise that he changed things around for Signal. Grabe, napaka-loaded yung bench mo.
Yeah.
JP Bugawan with the serve. Who do they go to here? They go to San Andres. And San Andres scores. Well, Espejo was saying that the reason why he reached out is because he knew that the blockers touched it. Let's take a look at that again. And yeah, you may have a point. Again, that was a bit of a desperate save there from Mark. And nothing he could do about it. But what a great point there from San Andres.
But I like the way he was talking to his coach. It was check ball.
It was check ball. Okay.
Because everyone's saying, it was going out. Do I need to get it? check.
Ish Polvorosa on the service line right now. 15 serving 19.
Good serve.
It's dropped at the right spot. Miguel, though.
Wow. Oh, come on. I mean, from our vantage point, the set was like he was gliding.
Yeah.
Check this out. He was gliding towards the antenna and he was still able to get that top cross-court angle.
Kumbaga yung hang time niya, it was otherworldly.
And he got better really when he came to Signal.
And San Andres hit it straight to Sumagid. And it felt like he literally caught the ball more than anything else.
I want to check this out. I want to take a look at this.
Literally caught the ball. Sumagid.
No, but you know what's frustrating? He was there.
Yeah.
He was in the right position. He just couldn't keep it alive.
San Andres with a powerful serve. Miguel now got it off the blockers. Polvorosa with the set. Montemayor trying to get that off the blockers. And the point will go to VNS.
Boy, they're back at it. They're just down by 3 once again. Knocking on the doors of Signal.
And cue the timeout from Signal 20-17. Let's listen in.
Sino nag-service? San Andres? O first time to market dito, dapat ready ka. O dalawa spiker, o running short. Hindi, long muna. O, ikaw, dito ka na, sa ano ka na. Sa open ka na. So running long, open ka na, may pipe ka, may mark ka sa gitna. Okay? Edward, kung running long siya, bitin na 8. Okay? So again, 4 yung choices ko. Mag-isimula yan sa magandang pasa. Let's go. Signal.
Starts with a good pass, Noreen, and a lot of tactical decisions there made, especially with adjustment with San Andres on the service line.
Yeah, it's just basic reminder of all his options. Obviously, everyone is an option. So, you have the running, you have the back. And it's very interesting how he conducts his timeouts because it's really play-by-play.
Yeah. Very specific. Miguel. Well, VNS back in it, and the crowd favorites are giving Signal something to think about here. Great blocking right back at Miguel.
Well, giving Signal a dose of their own medicine, obviously. But, you know, we have to mention VNS in that game against Santa Rosa. They did have 7 excellent blocks, so that is also a strength for the squad.
San Andres, 2 points from 2 attacks so far.
What serve?
Suarez with the setup there, and here you have Signal answering back.
That's just a smart hit from Wendell Miguel. Look at this. Just enough. He took the pace off of it, obviously. Just enough top spin.
Paul Barosa really couldn't do much about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Wendell Miguel again on the service line.
Ooh.
Oh, and that... They tried to improvise there a bit, and really could have been a missed violation actually, but right now 22-18, VNS call for time. Let's listen in. Well, couldn't really hear anything from that one from VNS, but then still trailing by 4. You look at what VNS has done well here, Noreen, and what do you feel that is?
For me, really, what you love about VNS is they're playing unintimidated.
Yeah.
You know, nothing, no stat, no past experience, no past accolades or whatever. You know, they're just playing their game. They're down by just 4, and they're challenging, they're blocking well, they're serving well. They just have to continue and hopefully catch Signal at a bad part of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that they're playing slow and try to snatch a set, and you never know what happens after that.
Well, right now they are 4 behind. Make that 5 behind.
Sorry, error there. That's one thing you don't want to see. If you get blocked, that's fine, right? But do not hit it into the net.
Take a look at that again, and there it is. So easy call for the refs to make. Miguel still on service line. He's been there for quite a while right now. Just 2 points away from claiming the first frame.
Ooh.
And as I say that, you know what? Okay, let me get out of this service line.
Well, you know, Paolo, we always say that's a commentary's curse when you talk about the server.
It happens in every sport. There's always something like that, and it's always the same. Oh, and the point will go Signal's way, overreaching there for VNS, and all of a sudden Signal just 1 away. And you have to feel for VNS. A couple of crucial errors here late in the first frame are starting to do them in.
Yeah. What a save there by Suarez. It was so near the net, he was able to keep it alive and get that violation from VNS.
Intel now on service line.
It's funny, before he entered, he like entered the court already and then was telling Torres to go out. And Torres said, "We need to tell the referees that we're subbing." Then they both laughed.
And Rex sends that straight into the net. And much to the chagrin of the coaching staff. 4-point lead in favor of Signal. A quick timeout here, and of course we'll try and listen in.
Asan siya dito? Dito si ano?
Dulo si JP, may sign ka, Mike.
Weak. Thank you. Weak. Back. Running low.
Sige, sisigaw ako para if ever.
Pag misreceive, basta quick lang. Si Mark, sina dito.
Running.
Pick, hiwalay. Okay? Dito ka naman. Meron, back 5 there. Isa ka tayo.
Hey, Signal!
Hey, pag misreceive.
Well, just 1 point away, but they're still trying to work on a few things here, Noreen.
Well, we have to mention, okay, it's 24-20, but you know, Signal has committed 6 service errors here in the set, 2 only for VNS. So can you imagine? This could have been over and done with, talking about this first set.
Well, let's see how VNS will reply. Of course, trying to extend this just a bit further.
Great serve.
Espejo tried to lay it down, but then doesn't get it across.
I was looking at the coach again, and he's like, he had the first set in his hands already, and then that error.
Kevin Montemayor, who has had a great game here so far for VNS.
What a serve.
They have a few cannons on the service line, top of VNS. Huh? Polvorosa now with the setup off the block. And Viento coming in and suddenly pulling VNS within 2.
Like you said, it's just a 2-point game. And you love the attitude of VNS. You know, they're really challenging Signal, challenging the blockers.
Kevin Montemayor on the service line again. Go to Espejo. And all of a sudden, so I actually was confused because I thought that the VNS celebrated a bit, but then it did go out. So that will actually be the end of our frame here. Mark Espejo with the period, with the exclamation point to end this statement.
That was Ish. Ish was one who confused you.
Ultimate dream ko na lang talaga dito, lalo na sa team, is mag-champion hanggang sa kaya ko pang maglaro.
Who knows, one day, makabalik pa ako sa national team.
Alam ko kasi once na hindi ko na kaya mag-volleyball, dun ko pinaka-mamimiss maglaro mag-volleyball. So I'm just really trying to make the most out of my volleyball career hanggat kaya pa ng katawan ko.
Gusto ko talaga na maglaro in Europe. Mga pag-travel around the world na gamit yung volleyball.
I love playing volleyball because maraming naitulong sa akin to, sa sarili ko, sa pamilya ko, and sa buhay ko.
Kung ang isang bagay maraming binibigay sa'yo ng walang kapalit, baka hindi mo siya mamahalin. Diba? So I respect the game, I do my best.
Yung adrenaline na naramdaman ko nung high school pag nagdadunk ako ng basketball, nararamdaman ko pag nagsispike ako ng volleyball. So, nandun yung adrenaline rush, nandun yung excitement.
Part na siya ng life ko. Parang kung walang volleyball, walang Mark Espejo.
Of course, Signal HD Spikers with their feelings, their hopes and dreams. Grabe talaga, you love to hear it. 25-22 in favor of Signal against the VNS 1 Alicia Griffins in the first frame. Noreen, this was, as we mentioned a while ago, heavy favorites yung Signal, as they typically are so far in competition. But VNS put up a really good fight, and had the errors not been there, this could have been a different story.
Well, you're right. Really, VNS, they challenge Signal, you know, even let them commit some errors that they normally don't, because they're a team that doesn't really commit a lot of errors. But then in the first set, VNS just, you know, wanted obviously to play at par with Signal, and they did, you know. It was a good set. We enjoyed it. A lot of challenges. They served really well. Talking about VNS. Signal, they served a lot into the net, a lot of errors. So these are the things that we have to focus on actually coming into the second set. How else will VNS make their adjustments so that they will be able to get a set from Signal?
We're actually ready to start out here in the second frame, and we'll take a look at the stats here first. Of course, the numbers that we're going to have to look at are the opponent errors and trying to limit that, and of course a blow of Signal. Let's see whether or not that can continue here in the second frame. But let's move on right now from the stats, and let's go on to the second frame here between VNS 1 Alicia and the Signal HD Spikers.
I like it when...
Well, VNS here to get us going, and right now Signal with the lead, and Torres trying to be a bit creative on that, but it's still alive. Don't stop playing. Who did he go to now? They go to the other side and find Marasigan.
He threw two blockers there against San Andres. He's able to challenge the spikers, you know. Again, he's not the tallest of players, but look, he can block. Look at this. Look at that.
Of course, the Signal team, a lot of versatility in everything that they do. Torres, he had that poor serve a while ago that we all still remember, but they made up for it with that one. And Bugawan finding his rhythm, getting that done.
Well, you know, obviously for Signal, one thing you want to improve on is your passing, because in the first set, we obviously did not see a lot of quick plays, a lot of slides, more of the outside than the opposites, because their passing isn't that nice. So here in the second set, that's one thing you want to do.
So far right now, it's all Signal as VNS have yet to score here in the second frame. 3-0 start for the guys in red.
Yeah, they just got to settle down. I mean, again, the first set, if that's any indication of how they can play, how they will challenge the Signal, you just have to regroup.
Torres on service line again. Sends that straight to the net this time. His timing hasn't necessarily been there here today in terms of serving.
Well, that's not his strength, you know, obviously the serves of Peter Torres, but again, he is slowly developing that. We saw a lot of nice ones, a lot of not so nice ones, but that's one thing we will check throughout this tournament.
Take a look at San Andres, 2 points off the first frame, and I was about to say that he normally has a strong serve. We've seen that, and at that time, too strong but too low.
Yeah, buries that into the net. But, you know, they have been serving well. Talking about VNS 1 Alicia, they were challenging the first pass of Signal, and they were actually pretty successful there in the first set.
So right now, VNS have yet to really get going here in the second frame. No attack points yet. Everything coming from errors, courtesy of Signal. So they're going to try and change that, and it will come first off with a good serve here.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, for me, the past few game days, a lot of service errors from the men's, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just because it's a jump serve. Serve in general, which is one thing you want them to improve on to make the game actually better, you know, better quality.
And right now, Signal getting the point there. Take a look at that one more time. And just getting that through towards the back. And of course, with the serving in men's, obviously, because there's so much power and so much verb, there is normally the tendency to have the errors higher compared to the women's game. But of course, you'd still want to keep that at a minimum as much as you can.
Yeah. I mean, you know that that's instant offense for you if you have that jump serve and a strong serve. We saw it also in the VNL. A lot of these countries like France, US, I mean, if you follow men's volleyball, a lot of service errors, but it's one thing you want to see improve in the men's game.
And for Wendelino Miguel, there was a bit of luck involved in that one, hitting the tape, going through, and almost found a way, courtesy of a VNS player whose back was turned.
He'll take it.
He'll take it.
That's the easiest point.
It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work.
Yep. Ooh, good serve.
More controlled serve there. And there was a triple block, but then VNS was able to sneak that between the blockers and the net.
That's not easy. We have to give it to them. 3-man block. Look at this.
Yeah, and Signal, let's look at the replay. They probably would have felt that they got the timing right, but just not necessarily the right execution that they wanted. Here's Uriel Mendoza. There's a VNS 1 Alicia. Marquez Peo with the save again. So Mungid setting up for the back row attack from Marasigan, and that's long.
Well, obviously errors creeping in right now for Signal. This is the opportunity that VNS has been waiting for. Now the errors, some teams, they will lapse into errors. You know, the energy level will dip a bit, and that's where, if you're the weaker team, you want to take advantage of this.
And Espejo avoided that. And he had to, because I was sailing out.
Dodgeball?
No, I was going to say if you were born before the year 2000, if you've seen The Matrix, that was it.
I was gonna say dodgeball.
Dodgeball's also a great movie, pero 2004 lang ata yun eh. Polvorosa with the setup. Good defense coming from Signal. And Miguel on the attack again off the blockers, but VNS keeps it alive. Ito si San Andres!
Oh, come on. Boy, going down the line. Nobody home there for Signal.
Take a look at that again, and first of all, you have to credit the defense as well of VNS because they found ways to keep that alive.
That's what they've been doing right here, actually.
Chance to tie the ball game up here in the second frame. Talking about VNS. Adviento on the service line para sa VNS 1, Alicia.
Oh.
And unfortunately for that, we go to our first technical timeout of the second frame, trailing by 2. Talking about VNS against the Signal HD Spikers. We'll be right back.
Manuel believes that each of his teammates has an undying willingness to win, and since they've been strong offensively and defensively, the only thing they're trying to polish right now is their new setter's connection to the Spikers. Ika ni Manuel, we need Jewel Asia to step up more than what he usually does in training. We want him to progress positively para maging mas pulido yung galaw namin. Let's go back to set 2.
Salamat, Alexis, and of course, you know, the mention there of trying to work and develop that relationship between the setters. It feels like it's something that everyone wants to do, pero the process of doing that normally takes time, Noreen.
Yeah, of course. But, you know, the luxury of Signal is when you talk about the setters, before it was Mangulabnan and Polvorosa, now you have a Jewel Asia and a Suarez. So there's still names that we've been familiar with during the UAAP.
And what blocking again coming from Signal. 9-6 right now. 9 serving 6 as Wendelino Miguel on the service line once more.
Well, again, you know, for VNS, it's just a 3-point game.
Yeah,
right?
And they've come really close to tying this one up here in the second frame. And unfortunately for them, they got to get their attacks through. I'm not even quite sure if that hit the blockers or if it just hit the net. But either way, VNS now trailed by 4.
Yeah, that was Ben San Andres. Yeah, did not cross. Little miss hit there. But again, if you're faced with 3 blockers, that's when your mind plays tricks on you. You want to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then that's what when the errors creep in.
You want to sneak it in between. Yeah. You want to find ways to change the angle. And VNS will take this one. Don't mind the errors, talking about VNS.
Well, the Signal gives it right back with that service error. We have to mention the first set. I think they've had 6 or 7 service errors, talking about Signal.
Polvorosa. Almost a miscue there. And what a way to answer back. And Doria will the answer. And Polvorosa actually had a little wave at the end, a little hello. Let's take a look at that again. Let's see if we can catch that. Polvorosa with the setup. And then, hindi nakita. Pero si Ish, hello siya.
Well, textbook volleyball for you for VNS. A great pass, a great set, and that middle.
When you watch Marquez Espejo fly like that, you think, parang dali ng volleyball, no? But
why
what
was
a
he
hit.
complaining?
Not quite sure. Let's take a look at that again.
Look at that. He was complaining. What?
I would love to get into his head with regards to his execution and, you know, moments like that, actually. And Rex Indal sending that a bit long, and, you know, there has to be a bit of frustration with Rex right now because he's put in the ball game to serve, and at the moment he's had a couple of errors.
2 to be exact, and Signal has so far in this match 11 service errors as compared to just 5 for VNS.
Jeremy Marat coming back in for VNS, and Andres on the service line. A while ago, we are prefacing yung malakas niyang serve, the quality serves that he has, and he has a cannon for an arm.
Another one.
No commentary curse there.
Ooh.
But Bugawan saying that they don't need curses, they can just score.
A great connection between Suarez and Bugawan. Again, great passing. You know, it's not 100%, it's a bit far, but still, Suarez able to get to that and go to his middles.
So Marasigan on service line, 7 points already for Marasigan. Polvorosa with the setup. Montemayor, oh, that was a tough hit. Espejo sends that free. Shifting over to the other side, Merat.
That actually went out, but I think the net violation happened before.
Well, either way, the point will go to VNS.
Yeah.
So VNS now trailing just by 2 here. So there have been moments wherein it's really been a game of runs, and Signal just so happened to be the team to go on the longer run so far. Espejo saying, let me go, want to run again.
Yeah. Well, he did react, so I don't know if he's happy with that kill or not. But, you know, I've been watching Sumangit defend. He's playing so well for Signal.
Take a look at this again, and Espejo has hit that off the blockers.
Ooh.
Montemayor with the answer.
Well,
there.
He's been a workhorse since the first set.
And, you know, he's been relishing those challenges. He hasn't been avoiding the blockers. He's been attacking them. And a quick change, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, just a couple of changes here for VNS.
Imperial to serve. We saw that in the first set.
Bugawan almost getting that through. Oh, but what a save. Espejo had to get to it. The setup, the attack.
Ooh.
And that will go out. And the point will go Signal's way, up by 3 once again.
But you really have to give it also to the defense of VNS. They've been trying to, you know, keep the ball alive. This was too powerful, but, you know, you have to give them, their efforts are really just there.
JP Bugawan, 6 points on the board so far. That one just hit just too high and long.
Yeah, miscue there, obviously, and a miss-hit for Adviento.
Well, so Signal, a chance here to send us to our second technical timeout in just a few. Bugawan on the service line again. And VNS, there are moments wherein they're in the ball game that they are within touching distance, but then have yet to really sustain that.
Yeah, because you have to give it the Signal. They're the ones scoring after that.
And that'll do for VNS. 1 more point off the blockers.
Well, again, you know, one thing that they can't seem to go over is the 3-2 point lead of Signal. They get to that, but after that, it's just Signal again.
And Jeremy Marat to the service error sends us straight to the net. And Signal sends us to our second technical timeout. We'll be right back.
champion team at mapakitaan sila ng galing ng VNS. And talking about their lapses, ika ni Yong na nadedehado sila sa umpisa. Just like Diesel, they have a slow start, leading them na humabol na lang sa puntos ng kalaban. Delikado ito para kay Yong dahil hindi nila na-establish yung gameplay nila at imbis na gumawa ng statement, bumabawi na lang sila sa lamang ng kabilang team. And given this, their priority for this game is to convert the first ball into a point in order for the momentum to be in their advantage. Let's see if they can bounce back this set too.
Salamat, Alexis. And of course, easier said than done. No disrespect to those who love their diesel cars, but then sports teams, they would rather not be called diesel engines. In fact, they'd like to be para mga Formula 1 na lang. O if not hybrid, para efficient kayo. Pero ito, 12 to 16 right now. Make that 13 as VNS are trying to string things together. The report of Alexis referenced the fact that they have to get that first pass right. They have to get the start right. Easier said than done when you're playing Signal.
That's true. But Ben San Andres, or Barbie as he likes to be called, right? I mean, he just read the defense, just dropped it over. And again, just another 3-point game.
Marasigan off speed, the save. Marasigan tapped that back in. Merat using his height literally to save that one. Intal.
Oh, good stop. Oh!
Great stop, miscue. And moments like that have to be frustrating for VNS because they felt that they had a chance to extend that rally.
Obviously wasted opportunity, but you have to give it to Merat. You know, he's just so gung-ho to get the ball. He's there faster than his teammates. So a little miscue there, but you love the effort.
Miguel with the serve. Trying to get the angle actually just to get a touch, but then nothing doing there for VNS.
Yeah, Gavan, no, again, a wasted opportunity. That was a one-on-one against Marcus Penn. He hit it wide. I mean, you have to be finding your angles. You have to be reading your opponent's defense. Again, easier said
than done. Miguel. San Andres. Just a bit too long there, and you know, we see the potential, we see his power, but then it feels like he's been a bit checked here by Signal, isn't it?
Guys, talaga. Pwede nyo bigyan si Jerry ng malit na area, tapos pag chance ball, pwede nyo nang magawin. They could give you a small area for reception, and then if it's a chance ball, they could get it. Okay, guys, you have to lessen the error. Hindi tayo nakakaangat kasi puro error. Okay, simulan natin muna sa first receive, set, atake. Okay, pero kung hindi tayo makaka-receive, hindi tayo makaka-atake, hindi tayo makaka-recover. Kailangan tayo makaka-recover as early as possible. Let's go! Go, go, VNS!
Well, that's an interesting huddle there for VNS, of course, trying to encourage each other, trying to get the recovery going, and of course, trying to get Merat going as well.
Well, you have to give it, you know, I mean, for me, that's a great timeout, much needed, because, again, they narrowed the lead down to 3. Then look at the score, it's 13 to 19. Signal again stepped on the gas, obviously, so they wanted to stop that run by Signal.
San Andres. This finds Espejo, and Espejo, he enjoyed that one. Ito naman si Marque Espejo. He had that quick stop. Take a look at that. Little 1-2. Boom!
From defense to offense, Mark Espejo. I mean,
well, in an instant.
Yeah.
Oh. San Andres. Now they go to the other side. Good blocking there, but again, great coverage from VNS, and VNS finding a way to take a point back down the line.
Yeah, that's just a great set by Imperial. Just going to San Andres and just, again, one-on-one, and he gets the point. While Signal's defense was scrambling.
Here's a chance here with Polvorosa back. Again, so much experience for Ish, of course, a former member of the Signal group.
Right. And even the national team as well.
And then during the player announcements, when they mentioned Ish's name, the Signal were probably the loudest fans, actually, of Ish.
I'm sure they played together for quite some time.
And Intel with a violation there, so all of a sudden, VNS within 5 again.
Marcus Bell just really a gentleman there. He apologized to VNS and he wasn't the one who touched the net.
Polvorosa on service line once more. 15 serving 20. Trying to go on a little mini rally once more that hopefully would at least tie this game up.
Oh.
And trying to get the pancake save, but just a split second too late for Ish.
I think that's the first point of Rex Intal here in this match, and what a way to do it. Right over the blocker, right behind the blocker, nobody home for VNS.
Rex Intal on service line. I'm not going to talk about his serves anymore, Noreen.
Better not.
No, I'm not. Ayun, pumasok. San Andres couldn't get past the blockers. Again, he's not afraid to attack the blockers, but that time they were ready for him.
That's fine. You know, you gotta give it to San Andres for going for it. It's the coverage. It's the coverage that wasn't there. You had a big area there. The teammates should cover well, so to give the confidence to the hitters to keep swinging.
Go to the other side. Lachlan does his job again. Who do they set up? San Andres. And the point will go Signal's way. And San Andres avoided the net and hugged the stanchion. Take a look at this again. This is how close it was. And yes, did not go through. And right now, VNS call for timeless isn't it?
Guys, kahit tayo sabihin namin dyan, tayo na dyan sa loob ng court. Kung hindi tayo gagalaw ng maayos, katulad na pinapractice natin, mahihirapan talaga tayo. Kung pinipigilan niyo yung galaw niyo, mahihirapan talaga tayo. Diba? Kasi katulad nyo, yung mga inaasahan tayong play, pero pag hindi kayo magpe-perform, mahihirapan tayo, kulang tayo. Diba? Pag nag-sub kami, wala rin. Hindi rin maayos. Guys, recover lang tayo para sa next set, ha?
Guys, tayo nandito, huwag niyo tipirin yung kilos sa loob. Masyadong tipid yung kilos masyadong tipid yung palo eh.
Galingan nyo lang.
Interesting huddle there coming from VNS. Ito sabi nga nila that parang tipid yung kilos nila. Talking about this VNS group. Probably a bit too cautious, a bit too timid. And you can't have that when you're trying to take on Signal.
For sure, and you have to remember how you played in the first set. It was a pretty good set, although on the losing end, no? But you were challenging Signal. You have to do the same here in the second set. You're down by 8 points, but you're not out of it yet.
Polvorosa with the setup. And they really weren't saving anything on that swing. Talking about Montemayor.
Well, he has been successful attacking the blockers or the defense of Signal, and it makes you think, why don't you go to him a bit more?
Yeah. Walang takot para kay Montemayor.
Right?
And here you have San Andres.
Ooh, what a serve.
Great serve there. And Pugawan just missed time. Actually, he knew it as soon as he made contact.
It actually makes you wonder, was that set not the perfect set, because was it for Mark Espejo, but just a little too low that Pugawan with his hack time could even get a hand at that.
So a few changes here. Jika coming in for Signal. And right now just having a quick words our officials. Again, ganito kalalim yung Signal. They literally could field in two different starting sixes and it would be a competitor dito sa Spikers turf.
We saw that in their previous matches as well, like Mark Espejo in their last match didn't even play the third set. What a serve.
And Jigka. Polvorosa setting that up. Who do they look for? Montemayor again. Off the blockers and Montemayor celebrates.
Again, if he can score, just go to Montemayor.
You know, they actually have options. They had Merat on the other side. Montemayor getting that point off the triple block. And of course, San Andres, we know what he could do.
Yeah.
And look at San Andres again. Barbie on the service line. Espejo. Well, Espejo, once he has that angle, that groove, and enough time, he can definitely just laser that in.
And you know, we can pause it when he's in the air. Take a couple of pictures. You know, print it out.
Again, hang time is real for these guys.
Yeah.
And Marasigan sends that to the net. And they extend this set just by a point, talking about VNS.
Well, obviously they can't afford service errors. Talking about Signal.
So VNS trying to come just a bit closer here. Doria with the serve. And Njika, the blocking right on his face, slammed the door in front of Njika.
You like that matchup. Merritt against Njiga. And Merritt gets 1 point.
Quick timeout here. And a 4-point lead still for Signal. We're going to listen in to one of the huddles in just a bit.
Sige. Big Nick. A-pass, bigay mo na kay Q, kaya nito yan. Hey, Mark, labas na lang rin. Pag alanganin, meron kang 5. Wala pa tayong play sa 5. Nandun din naman si Isay. Mag-isip ha. Basta ready lang tayo lahat. Bahala ako kayo pinibigay. Let's go, finish na! Magsimula yan sa magandang pasa ha. Let's go.
Hey, Signal. Awesome. Signal.
24-20. Again, just trying to make sure that they execute right here with the final point of this second frame as Signal try to get the job done against a VNS team that has always come close but really no cigar, especially early on in the set. Gloria on the service line.
Well, here in the second set, you know, again, they're faced with set point, but they're still fighting it out.
They were still fighting it out. 25-20 right now, courtesy of that finish from Marquez Espejo. And Marquez Espejo knew that all he had to do was send this one onto the score sheet.
Nag-start po yun kasi nung grade 6 po ako. Parang ano po kasi ako, player po ako ng badminton. Tapos yung kuya ko po, player po siya ng volleyball sa Bulacan State University. Tapos pag-graduate na po ako, bigla po siyang kinausap niya po yung teacher namin na magbuo po ng volleyball team. Total, ando naman po kami magkapatid. Tapos yun po, nabuo po, nakapaglaro po kami ng laraan.
Nung high school po, nung siguro grade 8, parang kulang po yung mga kaibigan kong mga Becky. Inaya po nila ako maglaro kasi kulang. And then din po, hanggang sa nagustuhan ko na po yung sports.
When I was still in my 3rd grade, actually it was accidental. My uncle was watching PBA. Biglaan lang napalipat yung channel sa Olympics. And naglalaro yung volleyball na babae. It was the gold medal match between Russia and China. So I was so fascinated with the sport. Sobrang nagulat ako. Ay, ang ganda ng sport, parang ang sarap laruin. So, parang love at first sight with ako sa sport. So, doon nagsimula.
Take a look at the scores here at the Paco Arena. 2-set lead for Signal HD Spikers after a relatively dominant second frame again. The score was a bit closer, at least towards the end, when VNS trying to catch up there. Noreen, what do you make of our second frame action?
Well, for VNS, what they're looking for right now is contribution aside from Montemayor. I mean, Montemayor, just said it to him, he's been scoring. But it takes more than one player to, you know, to be able to keep the set closer or to try to get a set away from the defending champions. As I say that because I was looking at the top scorers, San Andres with just 5, Mendoza, Doria, and Meran with just 2 and 3 apiece. So you need somebody else to step up. San Andres has got to score more. You have to go more to your captain, so to speak. So you want to make this a better set. Signal, do what you're doing.
Well, right now,
right?
absolutely. A bit balanced scoring there as well. 8, 6, and 7 for Marasigan, Bugawan, and Espeo respectively. And in set number 2, they've just been getting it done. And of course, we're going to see the stats in just a bit. And Noreen, when you look at the numbers here, what stands out for you?
It's actually pretty similar to the first set, no? Attacks just by 2, blocks by 1, service 0 piece. Opponent's errors, a lot of pretty error-laden match so far for both teams, 11 and 9. A lot of service errors, we mentioned that, especially from Signal. They more than doubled the service errors of VNS. But for Signal, I think you're just going to focus on your program, is to try to get your setters, closer to your hitters, try to get to know your hitters more. But for VNS, again, I was going to say you have to pass better so you can get the other players involved.
Well, they saw kasi that number a while ago na walang service aces in that last frame.
Yeah.
So, ayun, they start out with one here. Jewel Asia on the service line.
A different 6 altogether. We were talking about that.
Again, we talked about the depth, and there it is. And if you're VNS, you're going to be like, all right, if you change your lineup, we're going to try and take advantage, and Montemayor scores.
That should be the mindset of any team for that matter. If you put in a different 6, obviously from the bench, it's like it's a challenge for you to, okay, I'm going to lead so that you bring in your starters.
What an answer there coming from Signal. Oh, rather, point will go the other way as Camposano may have been deemed to hit the net.
Yeah. Well, that's Jewel Asia, Camposano, Jigha, and Bonono for Signal.
Again, all new compared to their starting lineup. Jeremy Mera starting here for VNS as well.
Good serve.
And Jigha, he had to smile after that one because he enjoyed it.
I told you that's a great matchup. Meran and Injiga. So you can see good passing. Jewel Asia just goes to Meran with the Injiga with the help of the net, but he'll take it.
Good serve again. They go to San Andres. And San Andres, we hyped him up so much because he had such a good game last time around. It's starting to find her stride here.
Well, he needs to. She needs to, really, because she just scored so far. That's her 6th point, and you know she's got to score more of that.
And Jigha answers back quickly, though. And the scoring coming quick here between these two teams.
But you like what Asia is doing here in the 3rd set, getting the middles involved, establishing the quicks.
And of course, syempre, you talk about the settlers, you talk about the connection that they have to build with the rest of the team, and it's probably going to be the hardest thing to develop. And if you're Signal, you're hoping that with experience like this, with getting better each game, that connection comes sooner rather than later. So guys like Asia has to find a way to really get bedded in with the team.
Yeah, but we know Asia and Suarez, they've made names for themselves when they're playing in their university, so I don't think it's gonna be that hard.
Yeah. Well, just a bit wide there for Montemayor. Tie ball game here at 4 apiece, and you know, that was actually the first time in quite a while that we've seen VNS with a lead there.
Exactly.
Of course, chance to steal it again. Polvorosa tried to be clever. Asia also tries to be clever. Ooh, and what a save there, had to. And Asia gets the point to fall Signal's way.
Well, the setter's getting busy today here in the 3rd set, trying to get to the scoring act, and Asia gets a point first. That's a smart dump. Smart dump by Asia. You saw that the defense, obviously, of VNS was scrambling.
Good blocking there from Bonono. San Andres with a set, and that was quick. And literally slid past 2, 3 maybe Signal players.
We like Adviento aggressive at the net. That's going to help their cause, talking about VNS.
San Andres, team captain, serving here. 6 points already from 6 attacks. Sent straight to the net. 6-5 here. Signal regained the lead in what is turning out to be a more tightly contested frame number 3 rather. Parang inunahan ko na. Sorry about that.
But it's interesting for VNS. Merat is actually, I think he's played the longest in this match.
Merat. And that's better there for VNS as they tie it up.
That's just a great set by Ish Polvorosa for you, trying to keep the ball alive. And he was able to get that point. Great set for you.
Ambiento. On the service line, and that's just a bit too long. Could not dip early enough.
Well, for VNS, obviously, you want to check your service errors. I mean, you've been serving pretty decent, pretty well here in this match. So the third set is not the time for you to commit these service errors.
Especially with your back against the wall here. Exendal on the service line right now. Sends it straight to the net. You know, and you could see that he was kind of just trying to get that across.
I can see some discussion between the coach.
Unfortunately, not mic'd up for that one. Ito naman si Ish Polvorosa sa kabila. VNS trying to regain the lead here and send us to our first technical timeout wherein they actually were in the lead. Ooh, and as I say that, Marasigan. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. 8-7. Signal with the lead. We'll be right back.
Signal Kapitan Isay Marasigan, who's been contributing greatly, shared to me that despite their high ranking in the league, there are still so many errors to rectify. One great example is the service errors we've been seeing recently. According to Isay, the pressure is building up given that all teams are training hard and are eyeing to defeat the defending champions, but this will serve as a motivation for them to polish their program. And more than that, Isay talks about the low percentage of receptions that they have, kaya naman pupunan din nila ito ng pansin. Let's go back to set 3 to see if they will sweep this match with their champion mindset.
Salamat, Alexis. And of course, Signal HD now up by 2. Alam mo, kanina, we're talking about Isay Marasigan. We were talking about the fact that they know, they understand that everyone wants to take them down. Iba talaga when you have a target on your back.
Well, goes with the territory. Obviously, they are the defending champs. Everybody wants to take them down.
And this VNS team pull one back in a bid to take them down.
Well, they have to be happy. You know, it's just a 1-point game.
Merat on the service line. He has this, a yellow card shown here. And VNS will try and get back at it. Jeremy Merat, not quite sure exactly what happened.
You know how playful this Signal squad is. When the first referee took out his yellow card, I saw Isay Marasigan just say, yay, and clap. Just enjoying himself, obviously.
Jeremy Merat with a very high, tossed up very high serve. And that one was just off the mark there for Camposano. Oh, but rather the point goes the other way.
Net violation?
It looks like a net violation, yeah. Trying to get the final answer on that, but either way, the point will go Signal's way, up by 2.
Lucky break for Signal. That ball was clearly out.
And There's a saying in basketball, this ball don't lie. Parang yan yung nangyari dun eh.
That's true.
Well, that's how VNS would feel anyway. So take a look at the total service errors for both teams. Now that we're talking about that, Signal actually have 15 service errors compared to the 9 of VNS. So a number to watch out for. And net touch definitely against Signal there. No question about that.
Well, we are tied. Good news for VNS fans. We are tied. They're still here. Because for them, obviously, they want to force a fourth set.
They just accidentally hooked the top of the net there. At ito naman, it's VNS trying to regain the lead. Good blocking. Who did they go to? Bonono. And San Andres could not direct it the right way.
Told you, anyone is a threat. You know, Bonono, first chance at it, first swing, and he gets the point for Signal.
Again, the depth of the team, really hard to deal with.
The depth of the team, the depth of that hit.
Yep. And Njiga couldn't get to it on time. And we're tied up, and Montemayor has been putting this team on his back.
He has been really unfazed by all the good blocking of Signal.
Good blocking, I was about to say, but then directed the wrong way.
Sailed out, blockers were there, but they could not put that or keep that in play.
12 serving 11 here. Signal HD trying to shut the door on the VNS. Polvorosa tried to save it, but Rexintal was there first.
He actually was able to save it, but yeah, good blocking. But we have to mention also the other libero of Signal, Sandy Montero, also doing a good job here in the third set.
Take a look at that again. So Rexintal first to the ball. Marasigan on the serve. And credit Ish again for trying to save it. Crossed over to the other side near the Signal bench. And there were jeers/cheers as soon as he approached the bench. 14-11, quick timeout. Let's listen in.
No straight line. Triangle.
Okay.
Side shot sa line yung malaw sa pass. Ako yun i-receive. Pag mabagalan na mabagalan namin yung serve eh. Hindi tayo maka-atake yung mga out. Kaya kailangan nyo gawin maka-receive kayo itaas. Patulakin nyo siya. Pabansin nyo. Okay? Position like this, not straight line.
Doon ikaw, pumeki ka na nare-receive ka. Dalawa kami ni Ben, pumeki ka na nare-receive. Tulong na lang ako.
Kuha ko ng contact. Okay? Sige, okay lang. Guys, kailangan nyo lang tsagain. Pag ano...
Well, of course, trying to get things sorted here. They still feel that they can take this one from Signal. Let's see whether or not that'll change, though. But then you were just handed Norina numbers here from the guy on the service line, Isay Marasigan.
I ain't sharing.
No, you're not sharing.
No, Isay Marasigan with 11 points and 9 attacks, 1 block, and 1 ace. So someone to highlight here so far in this match.
Still on here. Great save by VNS and Bonono. Ooh, what a save from VNS. Bonono again, different attack, and that time it works.
Playing it smart. But I like, funny, when they thought that that ball was already a dead ball, I saw the coach reacting, it's still alive. And, well, finally, Bonono just gets a point.
Well, also credit to Bonono. One attack didn't work, he quickly shifted, did something different.
Very smart. I think he is the veteran of this team.
11 points already for Marasigan. San Andres. Well, he can vary things too. He's so strong in general.
Taking a page off of Bonono's book there. I can do that. I can just drop it.
Barbie San Andres on the service line, 12 serving 15. They're trying to get a bit closer here, but Signal trying to send us to a second technical timeout.
What a serve.
What a serve, a great one there. From the back this time, Signal. Good save. Who did they set up? Montemayor. Montemayor, what a hit, first of all. And that was arguably one of the best points that VNS has scored here.
Yeah, that pipe attack. You can see Rex Intel was actually there. He got a hand in that, but went out, sailed wide.
San Andres again. Ooh, that's a pointed serve. Bonono sends it long. Montemayor again.
Oh, good save.
Merat.
Ooh, another good save.
And they go the other way, and no one covering in that area of the court. And Signal will go to the second technical timeout, up by 3. Take a look at that again. The save, the hit, and of course, Asia setting up Marasigan, changing the angle.
Are you kidding me?
We'll be right back. Friends, still showing you live pictures here from the Paco Arena. Osvaldo Rizal joined by Noringo. Signal leading 16-13 here in the third frame. They are up 2-0 over a VNS team that have proved stubborn, prickly, but haven't really pierced this Signal team.
Well, for me, still a good showing for VNS, although they're down 2 sets. You know, the challenge has been giving Signal. You know, but what about Signal? They're bringing back Mark Espejo, Camposano's there. So obviously they want to end this in straight sets.
Yeah, magaling yata yung Mark Espejo na yun eh.
Ata, no?
Oo, magaling
not sure, not
sure. Speaking of Mark Espejo, tried to get that off the blockers and the point will go the other way. Ayun, we hyped them up. I hyped them up tuloy. Oh my goodness. 16-14. VNS will try to get this back. Here's a look at that last point.
Yeah, obviously the set was too low and he did not adjust. We were just exchanging pleasantries with Mark before the start of this third set. I mean, now, after the second technical timeout, I think we did jinx him a bit there.
You know, it's one thing when the commentators talk about you, but if you talk to the commentators, malala talaga
See,
yun.
worse.
Oo. Intal just pushed that across. Oh, and just a miscue there. A bit too low coming from VNS. That is Mangalumdan.
Yeah, he had the right thing in mind. It's just he delayed that overpass, that overball by a split second, and that made all the difference. It clipped the net.
Rex Indal in service line again. 3 points. 2 attacks now blocked his name. Mangalumdan with the setup. San Andres off speed. Ooh, what a save there from Rex. Spell sends it free. VNS could set something up here. Who do they go to? They go to Merat. Merat too low.
Yeah, obviously he's not comfortable with that fast set, the shoot sets. So he could not time it. Mistimed hit there.
14-18. VNS trailing by 4 against a Signal team that have yet to lose a frame, yet to lose a set here.
Hush.
So far in the conference.
Hush, because Rex Intal was serving.
Espejo finding Camposano, and that was just too long. Or no, was there a touch? Well, arguing for it. Unfortunately for them, VNS will get the point. Well, it's funny because Camposano was right in front of us and he was pleading for the touch.
No, the coaching staff, the people in the bench were looking at the linesman there in the side of Signal. He wasn't sure, so he didn't make any call the whole time.
Malabnan setting up Merat, and that was just still too low.
Yeah, he doesn't like low sets, so
yeah,
obviously.
gotta be a bit higher for him. Actually, you can see that in the way that he serves. He throws it up way high. So Mendoza coming in. Jewel Asia will come in as well as Isa Marasigan, as Marcus Espejo will have a seat. Suarez will sit as well.
Well, it is a 4-point game. And I like also the substitution by VNS because Young Mendoza has been also playing well in their past 2 games.
Asia to set things up.
Oh! Ace!
And then you look at the VNS players pointing fingers, literally, trying to figure out who should have had that coverage. And with that, we go to timeout here for VNS. Take a look at this again. And unfortunately for VNS, there was a gap there on their defense. Let's listen in.
Kailangan nagagamay ng kalaban. Ang nangyayari, yung sarili natin, hindi natin nagagamay. Go lang, kaya pa natin. Try natin dumikit. Baka masungkit natin. Dikit lang tayo, ha? Go tayo, dikit lang tayo.
Get close and you never know what could happen. There's only a 5-point lead here, so really still within touching distance. Talking about Signal and VNS.
Well, we've seen stranger things happen.
I haven't seen the show.
You should.
Oh, okay.
I just did.
5-point lead here for Signal. And right now, Joel Asia still on the service line, fresh from his ace. Torres coming back in for Signal HD.
So obviously they want their veteran in for blocking.
Yeah, I would like to say that they want to. It's more of insurance substitutions, making sure that nothing will slip. But then really every member of the Signal team could make a difference.
That's true.
2-touch there against Signal. So VNS now within 4. Again, sabi nga sa huddle ng VNS, kung makalapit, ba masungkit.
They're hoping, obviously, and for their fans must be praying right now because they want to see or they want to watch another set.
Young Mendoza, 2 points so far.
Great serve.
Oh, and Torres, that's a signature move, but then VNS ready for it. Just behind Montemayor, but he got that through anyway. Marasigan, the push forward. Who did they set up? They go back to Montemayor.
Oh. Good effort there by Signal, but again, it is Montemayor scoring for VNS.
And Montemayor has been having a field day. Look here. One more time, and Asia was wondering, do I have any help?
Two guys try to get to that.
Young Mendoza on the service line once more. Take a quick look at the scoreboard actually right before. He knows what they need to do. Just a 3-point lead.
Overpass.
Mulabnan setting up San Andres. And check ball. And VNS now within 2. Kanina sinabi natin that VNS are capable of going on runs, but can they overtake? We'll find out soon enough. Let's listen in the huddle.
Oh, isa na lang sub ko. Isa na lang sub ko ha. So kung sino yung nandiyan sa loob, kayo ang tumapos ng maayos. Last 5 balls. Okay, isip ka muna. Isip ka. O, isang magandang pasa dito si Peter. O, ulitin mo ulit. Running short, tres kaliwa. Dito ka na side, see. Pag maganda ang pasa, pwede mo na ibigay dito. Sa likod ni San Andres, hindi maabot yan si Peter. Okay? Running short, tapos tres kaliwa. Kakaintindihan? O, 1 good pass. Kakain mo sumunod.
Hey, signal! Signal!
What I enjoy is the fact that it's so specific, their huddles. As we take a look at this finish here, San Andres just getting the benefit of the check ball.
So I was looking at the reaction of, it looked like it was a right call, right? Looked like Peter Torres got a finger at that. But you're right, very specific, and obviously they want Peter Torres to score.
Marasigan. San Andres off the block. Well, we were wondering where San Andres was for a lot of the game, and now showing up here in the 3rd frame.
Well, you know, leaders or good players, they show up when needed, really with crucial moments.
20-19. 19 serving 20. He's been on the service line for quite a while. And Torres, it's a signature shot from him, but that one's just a bit wide. So tied ball game, and you can see what it means for VNS.
Well, don't look now. You said it. It is a tied ball game. It's the closest it's been here in
for
3
quite
sets.
a while, yeah. Chance here to take the lead, though. Can they do that? Young Mendoza.
But you like what you know, Signal was trying to do. They saw that San Andres is a smaller blocker, so they've been going to Peter Torres.
And they're saying, all right, you're here, but let us pull away again. Camposano with the hit. And you know, there's a lot of responsibility put on by the coaching staff of Signal. Kanina narinig natin that whoever we put in, siya yung magtatapos.
Yeah, because he only has one substitution
So
left.
literally, this is the only thing, but figuratively, that also means a lot. And that one just a bit long. So that means tied ball game yet again.
Well, again, service errors plaguing Signal. And for Signal, you don't want this to go to a 4th set, obviously, because you're going to keep this VNS, this spunky VNS team alive.
And with a reset here.
Okay, that's the last substitution. So literally, this is the 6th that's going to end this 3rd set.
Tie ball game here. Oh, and what a serve. Save, though. Torres sends it free.
Save.
What a scramble there. And touch the net, and all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, don't look now, VNS have the lead. And have a great chance to win the frame.
Well, let's check out what Isay Manasigan is contesting. Oh, I think there's some kicking action. Because he was pointing, right? Beneath the net. But anyway, call stays. But what about that drop by San Andres?
So right now, timeout, and let's listen in to see what adjustments they can make.
Yan. Pagtsagaan natin, isa lang naman ang lamang. O tayo mag-side out, mag-all tayo. Sino nasa harap? Nasa gitna ka? Gitna ako. Sino yung ano doon? Open doon. Hindi, open doon. Open sa kanila.
San Andres.
San Andres, game mo na dito. Sistema tayo. Kahit dito. Hey! Sino na may receive? Sumang. Dito mo na banda yung receive. Dito mo banda yung receive. Siksikin mo na dito. Tapos kay Isay. Kaya tayo Isay.
Let's go! Guys. Hey, Signal! Awesome! Guys,
Well, you're still watching the Spiker Surf. Here are the standings right now at the moment. VNS and Signal HD still undefeated, and one team will come home with a loss today. The other will stay atop the standings. And Santa Elena, of course, the other team still undefeated. Ooh. And Marasigan ties it all up with emphasis.
Well, much needed point, obviously, and you rely on your captain to deliver the points. Look at that, going down the line.
Torres on the service line. Gets that through.
Sure serve.
Set up to Montemayor. Montemayor has been a live wire for VNS and ties it up again, or rather gives a lead back to VNS, 23-22.
Well, again, great set there because, and why not? I mean, Montemayor has been successful.
Bonono. Oh, and here you go. VNS within set point.
Well, you can never count them out, really, like what in that match against Santa Rosa. That was makulagnan with that block.
And here they go. They're saying all they need is one more.
Ooh, what a serve.
Marasigan pulls one back. Chance to extend the frame with another point here.
Yeah, they're still facing set point, and you know what is important really is the serve right now for Isay Marasigan after that kill.
Set point still for VNS. Signal have saved one so far.
Good serve, good serve.
San Andres.
Ooh.
Good blocking, still alive though. Who did they go to? Bonono. Off the block. 24 all. Extended set here. And Signal, oh, they thrive in the pressure.
It wasn't the best of sets, but again, when we say everyone is a threat, we meant it. Bonono just goes down the line, looking the other way, bring it to the other part of the court.
Malabnan with the setup. Save, they go back to Bonono. Almost a miscue there. San Andres. Intal. Back to Bonono again. Same spot. Malabnan.
Low set.
San Andres.
Ooh. No check. Referee. Yeah.
No check, and all of a sudden we're at match point. And everyone held their breath for a moment, wondering what the call would be made. And here you have San Andres so close.
Yeah, because chances are you're against a 3-man block. Somebody's gonna touch it somehow, but nope.
Not that time.
Not that time.
For the match. San Andres! And that will do it. Signal, who have yet to lose a set here in the Spiker Serve Open Conference, keep their record pure. 3-set win, a sweep against a stubborn VNS team who almost took the set and extended this contest.
What you like about what Signal did, they did it with a different 6. You know, you had Bonono there. I mean, it wasn't the starting stage of Asia there, but then it obviously shows the character of the bench players.
There is the score, 25-22, 25-20, and 26-24 in favor of the Signal HD Spikers. Awesome Nation. When we return, we'll dive deeper into the stats and see a few highlights, so go away.
At nakita ko talaga sa game kanina na confident kayo sa isa't isa.
Yes, yes.
And then secondly, this tournament is going well for you guys. What crucial adjustments are you going to make? Does this include prioritizing the reduction of service errors?
Yes, of course. Yun naman yung system talaga namin. Doon kami malakas ever since. Service receive, yung ngayon talaga, yung serve namin, yung kailangan namin i-prioritize pa rin. Number 1 para in preparation sa mga susunod naming games.
Maraming salamat. May gusto ka bang batiin, Isay?
Ayan, binabati ko lang yung family ko sa Batangas, yung mga office mates ko, and yung mga Signal management. Thank you very much sa support. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Isay, and to the rest of the Signal HD Spikers. More action-packed volleyball with the Navy Sea Lions and Army Katinko Troopers later on. Let's go back to the panel.
Thank you. That was Alexis Tinsay and our player of the game, Isay Marasigan. As Signal HD Spikers say bye, Alicia, to the VNS. One Alicia Griffins. 25-22, 25-20, 26-24 in favor of Signal HD. Noreen, you look at what we saw here today. If you're Signal, this is, with all due respect, what they expected, because of the fact that they know and they understand that they are heavy favorites going into this tournament, and they proved it all here again today.
They did, obviously. You know what? I mentioned it towards the end of that third set is what you like about what happened in the third set is obviously Mark Espejo wasn't there, right?
Yeah.
So whoever he put in, that's the 6 and actually 7 that has to end it, and they were able to, tie it, go against a set point, and actually prevail. So it goes to show really the character of the entire team, even the bench players.
And of course, in that set 3, you have to give credit as well to VNS because they looked like they were going to steal the frame towards the end.
And what you like also is really their attitude when you see them. Obviously, we said Signal is a stronger team, but they fought. It was a great game, although it's straight sets, but we still have to give it to VNS, a great entertaining game.
Of course, here are the stats here. If you look at that, there was quite a few service aces there for Signal HD. Isai referenced it a while ago that they're trying their best to do better with regards to their serves and reducing the errors. And of course, opponent errors, unfortunately for Signal, VNS had the opportunity to try and extend it courtesy of the errors that they had.
They did have the opportunity, but again, Signal will not let it be, will not want to go to a fourth set. They stuck at it. Look at the numbers, attacks went Signal's way by 7, blocking. I expected more, actually more than 7.
Yeah.
But then that's fine. They still wanted it straight sets. Digging, we had to give it to Alicia. They outdug Signal by more than double aces. You mentioned that earlier. Opponent's errors by 3. So again, overall, it was a great game by Signal, but again, we have to give it to VNS, and for their fans, great showing also.
Of course, for VNS, I'll try and bounce back soon enough. And of course, as you mentioned a while ago, Army Katinko in action again later against the PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much for joining us here for First Frame. Ako po si Paul De Rosario, joined by Noreen Go, and our courtside reporter, the third member of our broadcast panel was Alexis Tinsay. We'll see you again for the next one. See you then.